Ashley.
Well, hi, how are you?
What's your last name?
My last name is Kupferschmidt.
I love it.
Yeah,
Where are you from?
I'm from south of Jamestown. Ypsilanti is a little town south of Jamestown.
It's a drive.
Yeah, I came over 100 miles. Mainly, I am a caretaker for my husband, who's a stroke survivor, and then I have an adult son who has developmental disabilities, and so I care for those two. And then I have a business I operate from my home where I just help people write their dissertations. It's something I can do in my spare time. My primary work is to be an advocate for my son. That is the main focus of my life. And yes, I intend to use it for him. I have this boy of mine, he's 20 years old. He's been living in institutions for a number of years, and a year ago I took him home to live. Well, it ends up that because of his experiences, he has post-traumatic stress disorder, and I've been trying very hard to help him with it. But he can't express his feelings like you can, or like I can. And so it's very, very hard for him to work through the process of his post-traumatic stress disorder. And he'll say to me sometimes, he'll say, Mom, you know, he'll have seen somebody, maybe we're out shopping, he'll see somebody that was involved in something that gave him very unpleasant memories. And he ruminates then, and he can't stop talking about it. He can't stop thinking, Mom, help me change the channel. How do you help him change the channel? You know, it's just very, very hard. And when I saw this, I thought, now this is the key. And yeah,
I'm so excited to hear that.
It is. It's very exciting for me. It's extremely exciting for me because it's to help him express himself. But also, when he came to live at home, he decided that the key to his own healing, he's very wise, the key to his own healing would be that he wanted to be the voice for the individuals who are still living in institutions who don't have a voice. A lot of them literally don't have voices because they have, you know, maybe severe autism or maybe something else that prevents them from speaking coherently. And he can talk. And he said, I'm going to be the voice, and I'm going to make changes happen so that someday other kids don't have to have it the way I had it. He was instrumental in getting prone restraints removed from group homes. In North Dakota. You can't do prone restraint in prisons. You can't do prone restraint in nursing homes. You can't do them in the state mental hospital. So he speaks, and he's trying to be the voice for these others. Okay, so let's just take it one step further, and let's make his healing be more complete. And let's get him involved in doing laughing yoga. And not only is that going to heal him inside, to be able to change those channels, but maybe he wants so bad to be an advocate for these other kids, maybe he can go with me back to some of those places and help the kids learn to laugh. Because
please do that.
I mean, you know, laughter can you can use it to get rid of your, you know, your tension, your frustration, your sorrow, your grief.
The history of laughter yoga that I showed early in the training the first day, if you remember, one of the news articles of laughter yoga from Dr. Kataria's site was treating post-traumatic stress disorder from Iraqi soldiers at the University of Arizona.
Yes, I remember when I saw that part, I thought, yes, I did come to the right place after all, because I wasn't sure.
Oh, you're truly in the right place. It was wonderful to have you.
But coming here was a gamble, and I just trusted
anything. Did I ask you that question, by the way? What did you think of this training when it first began, or just approaching it?
Well, my first thought was, oh my God, yoga. My daughter makes me do yoga with her maybe 2 or 3 times a year, and like, oh no. I don't know if I can do this.
Well, that's precisely why I didn't name it. I didn't put yoga in the name of the training. It's called Laughter Bridges Leader Certification Training. Just laughter bridges, making bridges with laughter between people.
I was hoping that was what it was going to be. And I think when I do it, I'm not going to use the word yoga. I mean, it will come up in the discussion, but wouldn't actually be the name of it because I know nothing about yoga, guys, you know?
Yeah, and a lot of people understand that. However, when you get into the training, you realize it does involve breath and movement, which is certainly not putting your ankle behind your neck, is it?
No. It's all basic, just being healthy within yourself.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So now your opinion has changed, and you know what it is.
Yeah. It's kind of fun to know that it's going to be in this area. It's kind of fun to know that a year from now, people are going to know what you're talking about. So,
do you see any sort of transformation from the day one to now within you?
Yeah. It's kind of neat. I think we all know that we should laugh more for our mental health. I think we've all heard about, if you're really down, like to watch a funny movie and something. It's like, listen, guys, if I'm really down, the funny movie just really isn't going to do it. But to realize what you told, I thought was really key, that even just going through the motions, of laughing, even if it's not from the heart, has healing and curative effects. And that's really, really important information. Yeah, it's going to catch on big here.
That's great.
Especially because of our community. People are so stoic. You have to be stoic to have settled in North Dakota and to live here, because the weather's harsh. The economy is harsh. We don't feel the recession because we've always been there. We've never been up, so how can you go down? But that we've always struggled, and so people keep their cards close to their chest, and they don't express their emotions real freely. So it's going to be wonderful to have a safe way for people to vent.
Yes, in that controlled setting. Yeah. This was a delightful surprise to see people not looking so enthusiastic on day one, and to be jumping for joy about it by day 3. I tell you.
This was a great group, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Thank you, Mary. You answered my last question already, so I don't need to ask it. How are you going to use it in your personal life? That was the first thing we talked about. So I thank you so much for being here and being part of it.
Coming to North Dakota. Who would think that you would come to North Dakota?
It's because of this lady over there. Thank you.